Hello, this is Hello Canvas. In this video, we will learn about stroke alpha and basic brushes for Zbrush beginners. These three are key elements that determine the quality of the sculpture. Let's look at them step by step first. I will explain stroke. This is how the brush is drawn along the canvas. Basically, it determines what kind of the trace will be left when you move the mouse or pen. There are three types of stroke in ZBrush. First, dot, drag, spray, and so on. Here, the dot line means multifaceted body. I basically prepared and play. A dart is a basic stroke and the brush follows it and connect it as if making dots. Let's try it. First, I selected the dot line itself and raise it a little to show the entire integrity. You can see that the dots are connected to create this shape. Then press Ctrl G again and try direct. If you look at the second time, the method is to apply alpha by dragging around the area you click like this. Thirdly, spray. If you press spray and move it like this, the spray shapes will overlap like this, creating a shape like this. If you change the stroke in this way, the same brushes can give us completely different feeling. Next, let's learn about alpha. Alpha means engraving the details of the surface based on the grayscale image. The bright part stick out a lot and the dark part go low. Example of use, let's take a look at the together. Creating a skin texture. Adding a pattern, it is often used to express rock or surface details. How to set alpha is after selecting a brush. You can select the alpha you want from the alpha menu on the left panel. Let's try it together. If you see on the left here, I have set it to a standard brush by default. And if you look at the bottom, it says alpha, but alpha is now off. If you click on this and see, there are a lot of alphas. I will select alpha. Then draw like this, standard plus alpha number 4. Values are combined to create a shape like this. On the other hand, here we learned something called direct. Let's try using the together like this. You can see that this shape is created based on the central axis without being drawn. If you do it freehand to it like this, it will be applied like this, likewise. Let's try with a different shape. You can see that it is applied in different pattern like this. If you have a confound in this way, keep practicing after the lecture. You will be able to get used to it quickly. You can use the direct function like this or just use the alpha function. To work a little more precisely, just using alpha alone can give a much more detailed feel to the model, so please practice it a lot. If so, this time, we will look at the type of general brushes. There are basically various brushes in ZBrush. Let's look at some representative ones. Of course, I have explained this before, but I will explain it again. There are 4 types in total. The first is there is a basic brushes called standard brushes. It is the most basic brushes. It will be a brush that gently adds volume. Secondly, it is a clay buildup. Clay buildup is a very commonly used brush. Of course, it can be applied a little differently depending on the shape, but it would be good to practice with this as well. And thirdly, it is a move brush. Click and click the icon button that is selected as a V. You can pull it out and move it like this. It is often used when modifying the shape by pulling or pushing the mesh greatly. I hope you do your homework well. Firstly, there is a brush called standard brush. Press D, and on the S side it says standard. Press this and draw like this. If you draw like this, you can see that the standard brush is known to be a very useful brush for carving deep and clear lines. Let me give up a tip. If you change the stroke and alpha for each brush and combine them, you can create infinite expressions. I will tell you this as a tip. If you have been following along, this time I will show you a simple demo with the actual example. First, I will show you a total of 3 things. First, let's try a standard brush flows and basic dart stroke. Let's make a choice like this and let's see what the feeling will be like if you combine the standard brush touch. You can see how it is expressed smoothly like this. Then, this time, let's try it with clay buildup. With a clay buildup, I will try a spray stroke this time. It looks like this, very different. It is expressed as a rough lump. Thirdly, this time, we will leave the clay buildup as is, detract, and additionally apply alpha. This is a method of adding detailed pattern to the surface. It is possible to express the skin. In this way, of course, it can also give a feeling of the floor. It is even better for practice if you can show the feeling of the combination with your own eyes in this way. Did you follow along well? Today, join me and learn about stroke alpha. The core basic concept of brush, we learned how to use a regular brush together. As you understand this basic and gain the ability to combine them, you will be able to become naturally quite much faster. In the next lecture, we will cover customizing brushes and setting shortcuts. Please like and subscribe and leave any questions in the comment. Thank you.